Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick and the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe?
You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Balls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Times are changing. Everything is getting quicker and smarter. As a family-owned Australian business, let us show you how we are keeping pace with the rest of the world. Whether you are a one-man band or the procurement manager for a large multinational, we take the time to understand your needs. We personalise our service offering to deliver safe and effective solutions. At C&W, we are here to be your trusted partner anywhere, anytime.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new Click and Collect service. Just tap to order items online, and it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and Collect. Try it today.
Welcome back, everybody, to Salter Oval, field number 3. First ball in the CQ Seamers innings, and you could probably call that a wide.
Very wide, wasn't it?
Ken Healy.
Probably not the start they're after, the monsoon, that occasion, but the conditions aren't as easy as they seem, probably for the viewers out there, but certainly CQ are very happy with holding them to that total as well.
So, yes, North Queensland Monsoons bowled out in the 19th over for 107 runs. So, CQ Seamers chasing 108 runs for victory, and off to a good start from the first ball. Wide that went for 4, so 5 wides in total. How were your boys in the break, Ken?
Yeah, they're all pretty upbeat. Very good. Lucky to get away with that as well. But they're all upbeat. They fielded quite well, other than a few fumbles at the start. To hold probably one of the favourites of the tournament to the score they got was excellent. Their fielding was brilliant. They caught well, and a great effort by the keeper too. He had a great game. So. Another one going through there. So, and the pitch isn't doing as much as what they thought. So, they've just got to be patient here. Keep pushing 1s and 2s around. The boundaries will come, and hopefully they can work this total down.
Yeah, well, obviously the Monsoons skipper number 1, Craig McElligott, proved that if you really dig in, bat well, he got a 50, a well-deserved 50. That runs can be scored on this pitch.
Well, he didn't do anything outside the square. Like, he just played the ball as he saw it, played the shot according to the ball. Didn't try and create too much because he didn't have to. He was losing wickets around him, but it was a very good knock in amongst the circumstances of what was going on around him.
So opening the bowling for the North Queensland Monsoons, well bowled from this southern end. Justin Dixon, number 4, very experienced campaigner for the Monsoons and the North Queensland countryside and also the Queensland countryside. Played at this carnival for a number of years now. And opening the batting for the Seamers, wicketkeeper David Hamer.
Wonderful shot. He's getting good shape. The bowler's getting good shape away, but that was a tremendous shot, and he just went with the swing and played through the line, and a brilliant shot at the end for 4, and a fantastic start for the Seamers, and hopefully they can keep building on that going through the next power play.
So awesome shot there from number 7, the other opening batsman, Todd Harmsworth. Smacked that one through the extra cover region. Over number 1 completed, 10 runs off that particular over. None for 10. And new bowler, Travis Bush in shirt number 5 for the Monsoons. He'll come from the southern end. And it looks like he's going to be bowling left arm over the wicket. 2 slips to start off with, and I suppose the Monsoons' attitude is, with this sort of total, we've got to bowl them out. There's no point in going, let's just restrict runs.
Yeah, they've got a fairly standard field here at the moment. Let's see what Travis comes up with. And I've got to say, all credit to the Bundaberg Cricket Association ground staff, because what came in last night was horrible. So they've done a great job to be playing these games, and we haven't lost one. It's a fantastic shot again.
Through the covers.
For 4. Bush just sort of angled one straight across him, and he took advantage of it and just hit through the ball. And that's what we spoke about in the innings break with the CQ batters, was the fact that the wicket wasn't playing as bad as it looked at the start, to play a bit straighter. NQ tried to play quite a few crossbat shots, although I don't think the balls they selected to hit there would warrant a crossbat shot.
Strays a little bit to the leg side, get something on it. They'll get through for the 1. Let's watch the umpire. Leg by, signalled by umpire Luke Owen at the southern end. A little bit of that breeze still hanging around, which from a drying the ground out perspective is sensational. If you can see the trousers, shirts of the Monsoons players blowing in the wind there. It's just picked up in the last minute or 2. Bundaberg, outside of Chicago, the windiest city on the planet. It's another nice shot. Great piece of fielding down the 3rd man boundary. And coming back for the 2nd.
Well run there.
Outstanding running between wickets by the opening batsman of the CQ Seamers.
They're certainly showing good intent at the moment, the Seamers, which is what they need to do. When you're chasing totals like this, very easy in the mindset to lose track of the end goal here. But at the moment, they're showing great intent. They're positive. They're playing their shots, and you know that's all part of the plan here, and that's what we like to see.
Pushes that one across the batsman. Wicketkeeper Adam Zabala takes that quite cleanly.
Doesn't seem to be a lot of swing out there for Bush in this over, although the bowler from this end was getting some. Just onto his legs and played nicely down, whether he's got bat or...
Once
well
again,
run again.
That's outstanding running between wickets.
And it's leg buys.
Leg buys, yeah, the fine leg fieldsman is a little bit square there, but didn't really come flying off the leg as such, so the ball didn't travel as far as it normally would, obviously, off the bat, so that's how I was able to sneak through for the 2 runs. Mind you, the fielder is in the shade down there, so he might be enjoying that little bit of shade.
There might be none of those little bugs or things under those trees too.
Oh, geez, those rain bugs have just gone berserk.
Players have been getting attacked by those in the first innings. They seem to have disappeared in the second innings. It's well bowled.
That's a better delivery, better line, better length. He's finished the over well. Second over down after that over from Bush, and Seamers none for 19 after 2 overs in pursuit of 108 runs for victory. Now, Ken, the Seamers side, do you know if that was the originally selected side, or did they have a few guys pull out at any stage in the lead-up? Or
No, there's quite a few. There's a bit more inexperience than they've had in other years, but they're all performing well, and especially at their trials. Another good line, and a little bit of outswing there. But no, the Seamers have come in quite strong and well prepared. And have worked pretty hard considering the early part of the season, what we're playing, but are in good shape at this stage, and they've held trials, players have performed, and they've got results, so they've been picked. Another fine shot through mid-wicket off his
4
legs.
runs. Outstanding shot off the bowling of Dixon.
This is just the start the Seamers are after. NQ just seem to be off their lengths and their lines a bit at the moment. They're not executing where they'd like to, but that's not to say it can turn around very quickly, these T20 matches, so the Seamers have to capitalise now on the start that they've got.
Well, David Hamer, great shot there, the wicket-keeper who's taken his wicket-keeping form. Bit of momentum there from his keeping performances, straight out there opening the batting. Got to be happy with that.
He was excellent with the gloves this morning.
Yeah,
took some great dismissals, and on a wicket that's probably not as easy to keep on as what it looks because of the up and down nature of it. But he certainly had a good innings in the first innings, and generally when keeper batsmen are like that, it has an effect on their batting as well.
Nice shot into the gap. Confident call of yes. Batsmen respond, and they pick up an easy single in the end.
And they're the important ones. A lot of sides that are playing T20 combat are too happy to hit it to the field and not get into a gap for one. So they're more important than you actually think. The less dot balls that go by, the better, and that seems obvious. But a lot of them, a lot of players in the heat of battle lose sight of that. And when you look back on it and debrief a game, you'll find that there's 30 or 40 dot balls that have gone by, which is a significant amount of overs at the end of the day when you've only got 20 to face.
And a number of those dot balls, batsmen have been trying to hit for boundaries when if they'd gone with either the soft hands approach or pumping the ball into a gap, and at least getting the one. Good running again.
And putting pressure on the field. Like the NQ are starting to make a few mistakes now, so they're not sure whether on the back foot or the front foot, whether they're on the move in the field. So they're starting to sort of get caught in two minds.
So 3 overs down in the CQ Seamers innings, none for 26. Looks like Bush will continue to bowl from the southern end. 6 runs taken off his first over. Hamer 11 off 11, Harmsworth 7 off 7. Both batsmen striking at 100%. Well, didn't get away with that one. Wide signalled by umpire Luke Owen. Zabala, North Queensland Monsoons keeper, having to take that one over in front of the slip fielder. Zabala selected in the Queensland Countryside last year as the keeper. Yes. Firmly hit to mid-off, no run. Six-3 field here, 6 on the off, 3 on the leg side. 2 fielders outside the fielding circle at the moment, still being the power play. They've got a fine leg and they've got a third man. Good running once again. These boys are on song with their running between wickets at the moment.
Yeah, which has been a bit of a problem for CQ in the past. We've lost wickets in run-out situations at bad times in past tournaments, but they do seem to, they've got great intent at the moment. They seem to have it all in hand. They've just got to keep their momentum going now and not give that momentum back to the North Queensland Monsoons.
Well bowled in the block hole, couldn't really do much with that one. Dot ball as a result. Yeah, we were talking to Creeves earlier on. It's one of those funny totals. It's those one in between sort of totals. It's not super low, but it's not super high. And like you say, you've got to go out with that intent from ball one, otherwise you can get bogged down. Appeal.
I think that was just pitching outside leg or maybe missing leg, but you're absolutely right. With totals like this, you know, they're sort of in between, and sides can get themselves into all sorts of bother by going back into their shell and not doing the job that they need to. But the CQ have come out with a great attitude. They're positive. They've got good intent. They're hitting the ball into the gaps. They're picking up ones and twos. So it looks good for them at the moment. It was always going to happen, wasn't it? As soon as you say they're going well, it's a little commentator's curse. I don't know what happens, but it happens every time.
It's almost as if the batsmen are wide in.
Someone's wide in.
Swing and a miss. Dot ball. No run. None for 28. 1 ball left in the over. Bush will be hoping to finish off well with another dot ball. It's been quite a good over. Only the 2 runs off the over. He's finished it well. None for 28 at the completion of the 4th over. Bowling change.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Herbie High, number 8 for the Monsoons. Now, I don't think he played last year. No, he wasn't in the North Queensland Monsoons last year. Thanks, Adam. And what does he bowl? Left arm spinners. He's got some funky sunglasses on. I'll give you the tip.
There. Going to hand you over now to a wonderful custodian of the microphone. He's got a few insects on him at the moment and things happening. They're everywhere. It must be just him. It must be the stench that's coming out of him. But I'll hand you over. He's getting a little bit carried away now, but I'll love you and leave you and hand you over to the great man, Chris Swan.
Thanks, Ken. Brief but good. Welcome, Chris.
G'day, Jason. Nice to be here, mate. It's a tough gig to follow the dulcet tones of Kenneth Healy. He's got a perfect radio voice, doesn't he, with that low baritone.
Oh, yes, yes.
Some would say a face for radio as well.
That's great running. Yeah, I'd probably put myself in that. Definitely got a good head for radio. How's your Gold Coast men going over there?
Well, it's been the perfect start, really. We've won the toss and batted and made a very competitive 176.
That's outstanding.
Yeah, good contributions from Canning Mason, who opened the batting with 30-odd. Dane Seed would have made 30. Phil Tunnicliffe would have made 35. Clay Beams, the skipper, 50 not out. Good start to the tournament to get our primary batsmen some time at the crease, so that they've set a very competitive total over there and taken an early wicket as well.
Massive misfield there at point by the Monsoons. Ball's hit through the point region. Clay Beams does all right from an AFL point of view, doesn't he? With a bat in his hand and gloves behind the stumps.
Yeah, he was a very talented cricketer before he chose the AFL path, and he's fitted back in seamlessly to Surfers Paradise Cricket Club on the Gold Coast, and he's captaining the Gold Coast Thunder currently.
Played in the Brisbane Premier League.
He did. He played for Buff's Bayside Pirates team.
Yes. Captain them too, I think.
I'm unsure.
Okay. And Big Phil Tunnicliffe, he's been a stalwart for Gold Coast cricket for many years, and
yeah, he's played at a few clubs now. I think his new club, Southport Labrador.
Okay.
Still hits a very, very good hard ball.
Big man.
Yeah. Kiwi.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay then. Won't hold that against him, but I'm sure he'd be very happy with how New Zealand are performing on the world stage in cricket over the past 12 months. Got an outstanding test side. Rightio, 5 overs gone, none for 33. Hamer 15 off 17, Harmsworth 9 off 13. Change of bowler at the southern end. Daniel Gartrell, another regular in the North Queensland Monsoon side, shirt number 3. Monsoons looking for their first wicket, their breakthrough, break this partnership, and this is what they need. They need continual wickets if they're going to keep themselves in the game. Great lofted off drive down towards the Hungry Jacks boundary end of the field. 4 runs, and Gartrell wouldn't be happy with that start to that over. Puts the pressure right back on him for the next 5 balls.
It's nice of the batsman to take some initiative early in the over. New bowler, put some pressure right back on him and dropped him over the top.
David Hamer, 21 off 19, very busy out there. Harmsworth, 9 runs. They're running between wickets, these two gentlemen. Absolutely brilliant. Really, really good. And obviously with that amount of runs in your game over there, Chris, there must have been some sensational running between wickets as well to rack up a score in the 170s.
Yeah, it was
4 runs.
Yeah, bowler's just overcorrected from that previous ball. He's got short and wide, and the batsman's taken full toll. Slashed him over backward point. Yeah, across at our game, I couldn't really fold anything the batsman went about. He's built at a nice platform, went at 8s for the first 10 overs, and then really accelerated. With wickets in hand, you can do that in 2020 cricket.
For sure.
What was the North Queensland? Did they face all of their overs?
No. They were dismissed.
Wow, that could be
run out.
Could be the little instigator that they needed, the North Queensland Monsoons.
Great bit of fielding by Gartrell off his own bowling. Shies at the stumps. That was Hamer that was run out. Yeah, Hamer that was run out. He was looking for the single, and consequently he's run out. The opening stand of 43 runs has been broken, and as Chris Swan has just mentioned, they're the little turning points in these sort of T20 games that can have a big impact on how the game unfolds and the possible result.
Particularly a run out. I often refer to as bushfires because it's a free wicket for the fielding team, really. CQ will just have to continue to push on here towards victory. What do they need? 50? There's plenty of overs remaining, isn't
Oh, yeah, overs is not the worry for them at all.
They're going to need to get bowled out to get beat, you
Yes,
would have thought?
absolutely. Chasing 108 to win, so... So the new batsman to the crease for the Seamers, number 14, Joe McGann, the opening bowler, who bowled really well in his opening spell and came back and finished off the innings for the Seamers really well. So once again, we'll see if the Seamers can put together a little bit of a partnership, or whether or not the Monsoons can get some back-to-back wickets here and put the pressure right back on the Seamers. So outside of working with the Gold Coast Thunder side, what else are you involved with, Chris, outside of that sort of stuff with your cricket commitments these days?
I was heavily involved with the Gold Coast Dolphins for a long time during my season, during my cricketing journey, I suppose. I'm from a 14-year-old in Lord Taverners to when I retired as a player at 33, and then took over coaching roles at the club. Coached at Lord Taverners and coached the senior men's squads for a good few years, and just finished up last year. So the club's in a really strong position, and it's a really good time to step back. And
who's taken over that role?
Trent Keep. We've employed he's newly moved to the Gold Coast from Tasmania. Trent's a very, very diligent, very upbeat young fellow who wants to do well in his coaching, and he's still got Andrew Robinson there, who's a club legend, Queensland Bulls player as well as the assistant. So it's a perfect little partnership they've got going there, and the club started fantastically well for Trent. We've had a very good team with Max Bryant and Michael Nesser and Matt Kuhneman and Xavier Bartlett and Hayden Kerr, who's contracted by the Sydney Sixers. They're all playing for us, so we've had a really strong team at the start of the season.
I can't understand why a Tasmanian would want to move to the Gold Coast.
Yeah, I can't either. From Slobart to Broadbeach. Yeah, no, he's making the most of it too. He does like getting the shirt off. I don't think he's ever had the shirt off in September in his life, living in Hobart. But
he wouldn't have the shirt off in December in Tasmania.
He gets plenty of it off, that's for sure.
Well, that's good, and good to see, I suppose. You get guys from other states involved, and they'll come with other ideas. They'll come with some new ideas and implement stuff that might be a little bit different, but positive.
Absolutely. We had 3 with the COVID. There was no obviously overseas players, or no one went overseas to play cricket. So we sent 3 players up to Northern Territory to get some experience in Darwin, in Josh Kahn, Hugo Burden and Kane Hurley.
Yeah, Josh Kahn, has he picked up a contract for a BBL side?
Through his performances up in Darwin.
In the Strike League?
Yep. Jamie Cox was very good friends with the coach of the club up at Tracy Village.
Okay,
That's not a return catch. And Tony Judd and brought Jamie Cox up and have a look at Josh Kahn, and ultimately he's got a 2-year deal with the Hobart Hurricanes. So that's the platform that Darwin competition has.
Struck beautifully over cover, used his feet well, came down the track, lofted over cover, 4 runs, beautiful shot.
That ball stayed hit.
Yes, it's gone a long way. It's gone right over behind the rugby league scoreboard there, and the players had to make the journey.
We've got the coach of the North Queensland Monsoons. He's dropped over just to let us know that he thinks they're in more trouble than the early settlers. Well, would never say it on air though.
He's got a health drink in his hand too.
That's his 14th iced coffee for the day, Gavin. That's a beautiful cricket shot to have the the courage to dance down the track and do that. Makes the left arm off. He slides the next one in there without much height on that ball at all.
And he's hit it inside out too, hasn't he?
Yep.
His footwork was great. He's timed that perfectly. Well done, Joe McGowan. What do we got there? That's completion of over number 7 and 1 for 48, chasing 108 runs to win. Seamers need another wicket, quick, smart.
The CQ boys could really take the game away in a hurry here if they target a bowler or target that short boundary with the breeze going downwind. So North Queensland they're going to need to take some poles quickly. I'm not stating the obvious there, I know, but it's the CQ's game to lose at the moment.
Hit uppishly and caught and bowled. The bowler had to turn around. Jamie Hyde had to turn around, try to catch the ball over his shoulder, and has dropped that chance. And they're the sort of chances that need to be taken under these circumstances.
Defending a small total, you need to take 10 opportunities, absolutely.
So he'll be kicking himself. Not sure if the mid-on fielder would have actually made that. He was, that's a lovely comeback delivery. Nice bit of bounce off a good length there.
That's the first back of length ball I've seen in this game that really forced the batsman back. And in some circumstances, when the backs are against the wall, you need to try something different. That could be an option for the North Queensland boys. There's the ears full again. Gets worked behind square. They're coming back on one on the arm. That's well
Other
done.
end. Picked up 2. Harmsworth moves along to 12. McGowan still on 4. Brings up the 50. And that's slotted, and that probably will go for 6 runs. And luckily that's hit right on one of the fence posts because it goes through one of those gaps. And the fielders are out chasing the ball on the road, in the traffic, picking bits of bitumen out of the ball.
That looks definitely downwind, as I said, and if they were going to target a bowler, that's definitely the boundary to be going long to, I think. Picked up off a length. See how the bowler reacts.
Well, he's banged it in, and that shot is another 6. Just been hit a little bit square up, but unfortunately,
downwind again.
That did not hit one of the fence posts, and we're out onto Calvin Street. So that'll be a little bit of a tour there for the fielder. So he'll have to wait a little while for the ball to come back.
Isn't cricket funny? He could have been out 3 balls ago, but for a drop catch.
And now he's cashing in.
Oh, yeah. And the bowler dropped it. Had no one to blame.
Yeah, absolutely. The fielder actually needs a lollipop lady over there to stop the traffic. He is waiting. No cars are being polite to let him pull over. Now another fielder is heading out there to help him retrieve the ball.
Where's Buff? We need Buff or Jimmy Maher. We need a big name over there stopping traffic.
It's gone to the other side of the road. Well, it's into the grounds of the Anglican Church, so maybe that might help.
Speaking of Buff, we had a wonderful experience with a lucky family last night. We went around and played some backyard cricket at a family's house down at Coral Cove.
Coral Cove, yes.
And there would have been 25 kids there all playing backyard cricket with Darren Lehman. It was a real special moment for all those kids. And the kids probably have never heard much of Buff, but the parents of the kids were there. They were enjoying it just as much. Just to see Australian cricket icons like that, both playing and coaching in the playing coaching sector, get in and mix with the kids, have a couple of beverages with the parents, have a barbecue, and talk about some great cricketing experiences. It was a really privileged time to be involved last night with the Bulls Masters.
How was that set up? Was that set up through the Bulls Masters, or
Yes.
was it? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it was a Bulls Masters initiative, and the family were the lucky winners of a prize, I think.
Okay. Competition.
Yep.
All good. Well, this over. ... 266. What was that last delivery? A wide. Okay, Gartrell. And they're the little 1%ers that you just need to keep as tidy as you can to try and help your bowler regain a little bit of confidence and keep your team in the game. Hey.
Yeah,
Monsoons.
making the job hard for themselves, the North Queensland boys.
So at the end of the 8th over, 1 for 64 in pursuit of 108 runs. So, change of bowler at this northern end. Coming to bowl for the Monsoons, number 2, Sam Lowry. He'll bowl his right arm medium pace deliveries. Former Seamers player, and you'd probably think at this point of time, wish he was still playing for the Seamers.
How interesting is Stanger not bowling today, or is he?
I don't know. Adam Stanger.
Football eventually.
Yep. Okay.
Would have thought defending a small total, you'd getting your
One of the Queensland Country reps into bowl. Oh, we've got a ball on the field. Oops. 6.
Hang on, the Gold Coast have just been hit for a 6.
Yep. Ball on the field. Rightio, what's Sam Lowry got happening here? He's got a 1, 2, 3, 4 on the leg side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the offside. His men out are at long off, long on, deep mid wicket, and deep backward square leg. Bangs it in, and batsman gets a little bit of an inside edge, and the ball bobbles through to the wicketkeeper Zabala. Maybe they're working on this theory that yes, Stanger is a very good bowler, but we give the part-timer Lowry a bit of a trundle in the hope that the part-timer can sneak a wicket here. Good shot, single.
On point.
Trying to get them to do a little bit of a Doug Walters type. Come on to bowl and pick up the wicket and get him off and get the other bowlers back in. I don't know.
Could he whack 100 in a session, this guy as well, Lowry?
Can bat. Can bat, yes. Queensland Country representative. He's actually been given the last year or two Queensland Country Player of the Year.
Wow.
Yeah. So he played originally from Gladstone, moved up with a teaching job up to Townsville, but he played here on a Friday night in our Bundaberg Big Bash competition.
Would commute down from...
He was commuting down from Gladstone to play on a Friday night. Oh, that's a great shot.
A little bit of width.
A little bit of width, square, driven, just through forward of point, 4 runs. Yeah, he did score a great 100 out here on field 1 under lights. Probably in his second bat last year. But didn't trouble the scorers too much today. I think he only made 8.
Well, he's gotten a bit wide there, and Harmsworth taken full toll and laced him through just forward of point for a beautiful boundary.
Harmsworth moves on to 30 of 24 deliveries. McGahn, after his magnificent opening shot of 4 runs through the covers, hasn't actually faced too many more deliveries. And he's still on 5. That's a better delivery. Dot ball as a result. 1 for 70 in the 9th over.
They're praying at the moment, I think, the North Queensland boys.
Yes, praying for a miracle, as I said. That was the ball hit over to the Anglican Church. Hasn't done them too much good at this particular point of time. And that completes Lowry's over. 7 runs off that over. CQ Seamers 1 for 71. And what are they going to do at the other end? I would say Gartrell will come out of the attack.
Looks to be Stanger, doesn't it?
Yep.
All right, this is a make or break for the boys. I think he hasn't got many runs to play with. He'll need to make immediate inroads into this Central Queensland middle order. If NQ are looking to have any chance to sneak a W out of this fixture.
So let's have a look at the field that Stanger's setting for himself here on the offside, long off, cover sweeper on the boundary, cover point, and a shortish third man. And on the leg side, we've gone long on, standard mid-wicket, deep forward square leg and deep backward square leg. Oh, the captain's moved himself into an extra cover position there as well. So it's a 5-4 field. Stanger in. Rolls out his first leggy and he is driven down to long off by Harmsworth for a single.
I don't think it'll be too long before Stanger, when he gets his confidence in his line and length, he'll start to, well, he has to really start to attack with his field, and having the only the 4 men inside the ring, whilst might cut off some singles, I would imagine you really need to encourage the batsman to take a risk against him. So once he gets his length right, I would encourage him to bring his long fielders in.
Slap, and as he pierced the gap, no, the deep backward square leg runs around, keeps it to 2 runs after he lofted that ball over the square leg region.
You need to get some wickets. You need to make some attacking plays here and risk losing the game quicker in order to win the game, I think.
Yep, good point, Chris. Throws that one off, up, outside, off, and the batsman shoulders arms, lets the ball go through to the keeper, which at this particular point in time he can afford to do. McGahn on strike, hasn't seen much strike for a while. Plays that one towards the extra cover fielder, and a little bit of a misfield there after the dive, and they get a comfortable single. Stanger seemed to push that one through a little bit quicker. Keeper reels away, wringing his fingers. No runs, dot ball to finish with. 4 runs off that over. Correction, 7 runs off the over. Sorry, 4 runs off that over, and Sam Lowry's back into bowl. He's got none for 7. Lowry trying to get his field right as best as he can under the circumstances. 5-4 field. Kept 5 men inside the fielding circle.
It's a tighter line. I think Lowry missed a couple of times last over wide. And with no protection back there at deep point, you really need to adjust. And he has that first ball. It's just shaved past off stump. Batsman gave himself some room to hit inside out over cover again, and you can do that. You can afford to do that at 1 for 70 odd, chasing 100.
Might have been some friendly banter exchange between ex-teammates then too.
It's well bowled.
Lowry has tried to flick that for the run out. It's flown over the wicketkeeper's head, and overthrows was the result, with the deep backward square leg having to run around to back up the wicketkeeper. Bit of a chase there for the deep backward square. Lowry not happy with himself for making that decision to flick the ball back looking for the run out, I should say. Straighter delivery, run out chance, but Harmsworth, very quick between the wickets, made his ground comfortably.
Have the competitions, the local competitions, already started in CQ and Townsville? Have they been going?
Big Bash about 6 weeks ago.
Right. Okay, so Townsville's had a Big Bash comp already. That's great. Those regional Big Bashes are becoming very popular now, aren't they? They seem to be a very good catchway to start the season, get a bit of interest generated around the cricket summer.
Nice off drive down to long off from Harmsworth. Once again, an easy single there. Batsman just casually trot through for the one. And they really don't seem under any sort of pressure. The great start, the great opening partnership has set the platform for these two batters. Harmsworth might be a little bit weary. Joe McGahn pats that one back to Lowry the bowler to finish the over. And what do we got? 1 for 79 after 11 in pursuit of 108 runs. Stanger to continue to bowling his leggies. Googlies.
I'd like to see mid-off up. I'd like to see deep extra cover up in the ring. You need to create some pressure here.
Yeah, it's their only chance, isn't it?
These guys have they could poke along with singles and win the game in the 14th to 15th over and be under no pressure, or, as I said, you could risk losing it, but if we bring up mid-off inside the ring, you might look to be tempted to go over the top and misjudge one, and all of a sudden you're into the middle order. I'm sure at this stage of the game...
It's thrown that one up. Oh, it's a skyer, but it's going to land in no man's land. And... they got through for the single there. The ball was pitched very, very full. Joe McGahn, off-driven, straight drive, in fact, and they pick up 2 runs. There's that fully from Stanger. That would have been an interesting one if it had gone to hand, because was it above the batter's waist? No ball was called. McGahn turns that one into a full toss, hits it out through the extra cover area, and he picks up a single for himself. 1 for 83. Good keeping from Zabala there. That ball would have pushed a little bit wide. Not wide enough to be called a wide, but well gloved. Full toss. Out to the point boundary, and they pick up 1 run. Well timed from Harmsworth.
I think as my time is coming to an end here, fellas, we're handing over to the North Queensland mentor with his side on the ropes. A very salty Gavin Fitness will be making his way over here to the commentary booth, commentary blowhole, I should say.
Yes, that breeze has certainly sprung up this afternoon, and hopefully drying out field number 1, which copped an absolute drenching last night, as it had done the previous evening as well.
We'll be right to go for the 2:30 game though, I think.
Yeah, I haven't spoken. I know the groundsmen have been working their butts off out on that field one. I didn't get a chance to chat to them at the change of innings break, but fingers crossed. So change of bowler for the Monsoons. Travis Bush back into the attack. Bowled his first spell from the southern end. Come back in at the northern end here.
I'm handing over to Gavin, boys. Thanks, Jason.
Too easy, Chris. Enjoy your time up here, Bundaberg. Your first visit. Bundaberg.
Yeah,
in this
much.
capacity.
Yes.
But yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And
good luck with the Gold Coast crew.
Thanks. They're playing good cricket at the moment, and I'm really interested to hear the Monsoons mentor make a positive out of taking 9 for 24 off 48 balls. So let's see how we go, Gav. Put a positive spin on this one. You still home? You still got 42 many?
Thank you. Travis Bush. Gavin Fitness, how are you, mate?
Good. How are you, mate?
Yes.
What's the way? What's been happening, Jason?
Just happy to get some cricket underway out here after the weather we've experienced in the last 48 hours.
Oh.
It's been great. Nice delivery, Travis Bush. Ball got up off a length, surprised Harmsworth. One of the very few plays and misses from the seamers in their innings thus far. Yeah, look, we're playing cricket, that's the main thing. I know one of the games had to be moved down to the Kendall Slats grounds on the other side of town, but the boys come a long way to play a game of cricket, and we got it underway.
Absolutely. And I think the number 1 will be up this afternoon anyway, won't it? So
yeah, I was just saying to Chris, I didn't get a chance to speak to the groundsmen, the changeover of innings, but they were confident that they were hopefully going to be able to get the 2:30 game up and running. This afternoon, at the very least, the night game tonight.
Yeah.
But fingers crossed, that will be a happening thing.
Oh, well, they've done well to get the 2 outside grounds up, so fantastic.
Travis Bush bowled well on this second spell of his from the other end. He's got the mullet flowing in the breeze.
He has gotten a bit stronger too by the looks of things. I remember him from last year.
Yes.
Looks like he's gotten a bit stronger through the core. Looks like he's probably bowling or getting them through a bit quicker as well, which is good. Well bowled.
Outstanding Straight drive, but long
Sam
off
Lowry.
comes around. Good pick up from Sam Lowry, reduces it, or keeps it just to the single. And that completes over number 13, 1 for 85. And as the Bulls mentor for the Monsoons, you'd be praying for a miracle at this point.
Yeah, well, hasn't been the greatest start, however. I think it's been evident in the last few years that you don't necessarily have to win your first one. It's what
Correct.
you do at the back end of the competition that matters.
Yes.
So hopefully the North Queensland boys might have had a bit of a wake-up call this morning.
Well, you only have to finish second in your pool to
Correct.
make the semis.
That's right.
And as we found out last year, the two teams that finished second in their
That's
pool
it. Yeah.
both won their semis,
Yeah.
got through to the final, which unfortunately didn't go
That's
ahead
right.
due to COVID. So,
However, the one thing that North Queensland have probably exposed them to is themselves to is the fact that their net run rate is going to be horrible.
yes, they've got a bit of work to do. That's uppish. Fieldsman getting
It's a
under
no
it.
ball. Square leg, no ball.
Oh,
Yep.
can it go any more wrong?
Yes, it's probably fair to say they've hopefully had all their bad luck in one game here.
Free hit signalled by umpire Luke Owen.
Rikes, and look who's on strike.
And big Joey McGann
Wow.
facing the leg spin of Chris Stanger.
Well bowled.
And he's zipped that one through. Good keeping from Zabala too. Dot ball on a free hit. It's as good as it gets. Devils number 1 for 87. And through an inside edge, French cut type situation, McGann gets the seamers off the Devils number with a boundary that probably didn't go where he wanted it to.
As you said, when it rains, it pours, doesn't
Yes.
it?
Harmsworth's moved along to 37 off 39. McGann 18 off 21. He's picked it up a little bit. He went through a bit of a period there of not facing many deliveries. And Chris Swan was talking about it's probably worth at this particular point of time that some of those outfielders get brought up inside the circle.
Yeah, we ain't you're not going to restrict them from here.
No, and you want to then try to encourage them to go over the top and maybe try and hit a ball that's not meant to go over the top and pick up a couple of quick wickets that way. But not a lot of runs to play with at this particular point of time. 108 runs for victory. And that's been
2 more.
Pushed out to the backward point boundary. And Harmsworth
throw.
Picks up another 2. Yeah, it's well fielded.
Good throw from out there. There's actually some good arms in just during the warm-up we were doing. I was taking a few balls from them. There's quite a few good arms in the North Queensland side. Bad luck.
Well bowled, well
Been
kept.
good too, yeah. Glove work's been of good quality so far.
That completes Chris Stanger's 3rd over. None for 18. Will be a little bit disappointed with himself that he hasn't made that breakthrough.
It's Bush again.
He had quite a good carnival from memory last season. He picked up a number of wickets.
Well, I was lucky enough to be the mentor for North Queensland last year, and they got home in the semi-final. So the wicket over there looks like a good catch too. So they're obviously looking for a good performance this year as well, and got to turn things around this afternoon now.
And T20 cricket, you can.
Oh, definitely.
You know, you start a game really well.
Yeah.
You get that momentum. You keep that rolling. It's easily done. You can see that in the BBL where teams can start poorly.
That's
they just
right.
have a run of 5 or 6 games, and then all of a sudden they've finished in 4th spot.
Yep.
And they're in the semis.
Spot on. It's a roller coaster from a coaching point of view. T20 cricket. Bowling.
Is that why Darren Lehman's given up the job of the heat and handed it over to Wade Seckham for this season? The old heart, the old tickers, not what it used to be.
No, I don't think so. I think, I'm not sure of the ins and outs of it, but I know Buff's very keen to be involved, and I think it's critical for the heat that he is involved. So,
great running between wickets.
Small run.
That'll move Harmsworth into the 40s.
So what do we got? 8 to play with, have we? Is it 8, 10?
What was your take on McElligot's innings?
Very good, very good. I think that if he'd have had someone stick around with him for a period of time, it would have been could have been a match-winning innings. But I think the wicket's been all right. I don't think there's any excuse for the wicket. I do think that Central Queensland bowled. I thought they bowled well. I thought they
took their chances.
Yeah, definitely.
Fielded quite well.
That's it. That's it. Bush comes in again. So we've only got we've got the 5 out still.
Yeah, 1 for 98. 10 runs for victory for the Seamers. A little bit forlorn.
Probably time to bring him up, I'd say.
Yep.
Bring him up and see if he can grab a couple of wickets.
Just try and take a little bit of momentum into the next game. He plays that shot well. Plays that shot well, McGann, doesn't he? He likes hitting the ball inside out.
Hits it very hard. Good bit of fielding from Sam Lowry at deep mid-off on the boundary there. Good pick up and a direct hit at the bowler's end.
And that's over. Bush, that's his 4 overs complete. None for 15. He'd be happy with the none for 15 or 4 overs. Got to be happy with that. But,
unfortunately, at the start of the game, it needs to be 4 for 15.
Yes.
We just haven't been able to grab the wickets that we've needed up front.
So the Seamers brought up their century in that particular over. 1 for 100 off 15 overs. And they need 8 runs for victory. And it'll be interesting to see how the Seamers go about it. Do they want to knock that all over and done with in this particular over, or will they take their time? Harmsworth's on 42. Not sure if the batsmen would be aware of scores, but Harmsworth with a chance of a 50. Not that I think that would be at the forefront of his mind, but an opportunity for him to score a 50 if he can get the rest of the winning runs.
Oh, God.
That will be an inside edge.
And
it's rolling, and trickles over the boundary. No, buys. Snuck through Zabala there.
He's even holding his bat up to try and let him know early that it was... He thinks he got something on it.
Well, there's his chance for 50 gone begging.
Fielded. Bit of work.
Great dive from Jamie Height there. To no avail.
So I think we're off to the other venue, aren't we, this afternoon?
Yes, you guys will be heading down to Kendall's. Playing the Gold Coast side down there. On the main field. They didn't have as major dramas with the storm down there as what we did up here at Salter.
Yeah.
I think the groundsman down there had actually 2 wickets prepared, and one did get a little bit damp, and the other one was quite dry. So I think it was an easy choice. Lofted over the bowler's head. It'll land in that no man's land area right behind the bowler. Nobody within cooey of able to taking a catch there, and McGahn leisurely strolls through for a single.
I think that sums up the Yankees' morning. Catch.
Oh,
sloppy at cover.
Yes, should have got down and dirty on that one there. He'll be a bit disappointed with himself. Head thrown back. Now, I'd take that as scores are tied at this particular point of time. Scores are locked at the end of the over. End of the 16th over, 1 for 107.
The North Queensland side here will be looking to regroup. An hour and a half's time, and I think it's sort of 2:30 start.
2:30 start, so you'll have a bit of time.
Yeah,
up
a bit
your
of
sleeve.
time. They need to regroup, and Lockie Ford coming on.
Shirt number 11 for the Monsoons, and you would think that he will have the pleasure of the winning runs hit off his bowling, unless he's going to pump out a maiden here. But the way Harmsworth has been hitting them, well, Harmsworth is still a chance for a 50. If he hits a Zach here, he gets a six. Hits a 6. He gets a maximum.
You're going down swinging, aren't you?
Well, yeah, why not? Okay. They've brought the field. They've brought the field in. We might be in danger here. John Devine might be in danger on the camera. He's gone for the hoik, and 4 runs.
There's the go.
There's the winning runs. Harmsworth will end up as 48 not out. CQ Seamers move their score to 1 for 111 off 16.1 overs. And they win the game by 9 wickets, and that's all she wrote. So, both teams will take a little bit out of that game, but as you say, all is not lost. Seamers have got to come back and keep the winning streak going after that victory, and your North Queensland boys have got to bounce back this afternoon against the, what do we say, the Gold Coast
Gold Coast. Chris Swan's Gold Coast. I look forward to that.
Rightio, we might...
That's the only disappointing part about this trip, is we don't get to play the South East Queensland Seamers, coached by Brendan Creevy. Speak of the devil.
Here he is. Rightio, we might wrap the live stream up there now. Thanks, Gavin, and we'll be back at around 2:30, and hopefully we'll be on field 1 for the game between... What do we got? Central Queensland up against South East Queensland Stormers, so that should be an interesting matchup. Thanks for joining in. I'm Jason Shears on behalf of the commentary team. See you at 2:30. Bye for now.